Ali Drew for Seconds Out with Mr. Frank Warren. Frank, a great show tonight. Just talk me through it.
It was. I thought it was very exciting for the fans. I mean, it was explosive. The main event was, I thought was turning into a real, decent fight. I thought, there weren't a lot in it, and then suddenly, Denzel caught Felix with a good shot, and then he came back with a response, the free fight. I think 3 punches he threw, which absolutely, done a job, and it was a tremendous win for him. I thought he really he couldn't have been more emphatic than that.
Yeah, so now Felix Cash has got the Commonwealth and British title. It was a great performance from him. He was very controlled in his performance. Did it surprise you, that performance?
Yeah, I fancied Denzel. I always say it's a tough fight. For me, it was a pretty even fight, even money fight. But you thought Denzel, he's had a good year. Excuse me, he's had a good year. But it wasn't his night, and Felix took his opportunity and took it extremely well.
And you think that Denzel can come back from this?
Yeah, I think he's got he'll have a bit of time out, and I'm sure him and Martin, when they're ready, they'll come and see me, and we're getting back in the swing. I mean, he's a really nice guy, and he deserves another chance at it.
And a fight that I asked Felix Cash about is possibly Liam Williams. What do you make of that fight?
Well, Liam gave his title up, his British title up, on the understanding he was preferential challenger, which he is. So when Felix mandatory comes around, the Border Control will order that. So it's not a problem making it, is it?
Got to talk about Callum Johnson. Great performance from him. All that time out of the ring, he's just signed with you and puts on a performance like that.
25 months out of the ring, and so he showed all that frustration. And the Croatian, let's give him a hats off to him. He come to fight. I mean, that was first round. I thought, what is going on here? It's like a tremendous shootout, and they've done what they had to do. But I thought, he got caught himself, Callum, and regrouped, and I mean, he's a tough guy, and I thought the fans, fans love that, don't they? And for me, it was like edge of the seat stuff, but he done a job, and the emphatic job, and at the end of the day, he's put himself back on the world stage.
And how do you rate him against, we've got Anthony Yard, Lyndon Arthur. Is he back in the mix now with them?
Of course he is, yeah. I mean, they're 3 extremely good light heavyweights. We're blessed with them. Lyndon is fighting in, I think, sometime in June, late June. Anthony was supposed to have fought tonight. He had an abscess on his tooth, and I think he went up having the tooth taken out. He'll fight in a few weeks' time, and hopefully they both come through their fights, and then they're going to fight each other in the rematch. And then we'll see what happens with Callum. We're trying to make a world title for him and for the winner of the other 2 guys. So hopefully, we get the winner of that fight down the road in with Callum. So it's exciting times for British boxing and light heavyweight division. And you got Buatsi out there as well.
Before we finish, just want to talk about David Adeleye. He got the win tonight. A lot of sort of talk on social media that he shouldn't have got the win. What do you make of that? He's still undefeated. He got the rounds under his belt. He's still a prospect. But just talk to me about that.
Look, I thought he won the fight. I thought it was a close fight, but I thought he won the fight. I thought he'd done enough to win the fight. He wobbled the guy in the last round. He's a five fight novice going into that. There was people talking about him fighting for 10 rounders and whatever. He's not ready for that. Nathan Gorman's not ready for fights like that at all, and I've made that very clear. And I thought the reason we made this match was to see, get him in with someone who's got a lot of experience. He's besides the fact he's made about 33, 34 fights, so he knows his way around the ring. He's been sparring with, helping Joseph Parker prepare for his fight, so he's coming in fit and well. He's not some unfit guy coming in last minute, and I think that he needed something like that. Now, what I think of the fight? His jab at times could have been much better. I'd see more head movement. He was dropping his hands, but in spite of that, he showed his heart and all the way through. And as I say, he wobbled him in the last. He caught him a really good shot in the last round. He'll learn from it. He'll learn from it, and everyone's got to understand he is a novice. That's what he is. I know what he says he wants to do and whatever, but heavyweights take time to develop, and certainly, after five fights, I mean, don't start criticising the guy. The guy showed a lot of heart tonight, and it's one of those. If you knock someone over in one round, everybody slags it off. If you put him in with someone who gives him, a really experienced guy who would give him things to think about, and at times old man in him, as we say in the trade, in the ring, using the experience against him, you get criticised for that. David Adelaye's is a prospect, a young prospect, and I'm quite sure he'll learn from his fight tonight. His rounds in the bank, and they're the type of fights he needs to bring him on and bring him forward, and hopefully with that experience he'll go on to bigger and better things.
Thanks for joining me, Frank, and see you again next week.